ultimately, what was, in your idea, what was the benefit to people on 14?
I'm sorry. So how do you feel? I think we will try to stick with the agenda. So I'll jump right now to tell you about our concern, and then AC Transit have an opportunity to follow. And then after you hear both of our side, then you can talk about, what do you have in mind? Is it okay?
Exactly.
Okay. Also, before we move forward to AC Transit, to give you an opportunity to discuss with us, I want you to know that last week, I think 2 weeks ago, we had about 40 to 50 merchants in the area coming yes, you were there. And so it was very explosive. We expressed our concern, our frustration, our anger. It was a lot. And the meeting was at 3:30. So the reason we switched it to 9 o'clock is so those merchants who could not make it there can make it today. And that's the reason why. But there's a lot of the missing puzzle, which is from you. AC Transit wasn't there, but the city heard our concern, definitely. So bottom of the line is this. We want you to address. We've been here for 20, 30 years, a lot of our merchants. And yet, some of the business will be gone forever. You are taking 4 lane, merge it into 2 lane. And so that will affect our ability to load and unload. Restaurant will be suffer because by 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock, our area will be shut down completely. It's not safe for us to receive our delivery, okay? And also, we are competing with Chinatown people. When you think about that and other merchants in the area, so if they circle around for 10 or 20 minutes to find one parking lot, one parking space, they decide to go elsewhere, and that's our challenge. So what are you going to do about that? You are not talking about the merchants. You're not talking about the business, 1 or 2 business. You're talking about many of us. That will equate to our family, our children that we have to feed. Our employee, for instance, my office, we have 20 employees. Each of them you multiply to 4. 20 times 4, that means 80 people. You are talking about it's just so many layers of effect here. So I would like to sit down with you. We would like to hear what can you do to help us out. Thank you.
Just to talk a little bit about the structure of the meeting today, so we're all clear. That first of all, this agenda was put together out of questions by merchants themselves. I want to ask everybody here to respect the integrity of this agenda. For whatever reason you may be here, I'm asking that of everyone in the room, including our folks, and we'll make sure that we get a chance to get all of our questions addressed as this process goes on. I just want to ask folks to respect our community and respect our merchants by respecting our agenda this morning, and we will do the same, and we appreciate it.
All right, thank you. Yeah.
Is it possible?
Sure.
Let me start with, we'll as we do the presentation, I know there's some follow-up questions that will be asked after we are complete. And so, but if I'm saying something that folks are unclear about, feel free to interrupt and make sure that we're covering ground doing one address. So, where we are in the project, I think it's important to talk a little bit about this project has been under consideration, under planning for a very long time. And where we are now is after having followed a very intensive environmental review process in which the public is very heavily involved in providing comments on that, we received, we met the requirements under the environmental impact reports and impact studies to move forward with the project. And we have had ongoing conversations with stakeholders, including the City of Oakland and also San Leandro and other groups, about how we collaborate on bringing this project to fruition, actually on behalf of the corridor. Many of you are familiar with OSNI, and Eliza, help me, I want to make sure I don't butcher the name, but Oakland Sustainable Neighborhoods Initiative for International Boulevard has spent a lot of time and energy trying to develop ways in which to enhance and develop the corridor. And that hasn't changed. And it's a vision that's been held by the community for a very long time.
Sorry, okay. Does anyone need translation?
Translation? You got translation? Okay.
While we're at this pause, order some coffee for everybody.
Yeah. Sorry. Okay.
Coffee, water, tea.
Coffee, water. Sure. Okay.
So let me know when to Okay.
Okay.
So as I was saying, so the ability to contribute to an improved economic and community development along this corridor has been a vision for the community for a very long time. We believe that the East Bay Bus Rapid Transit Project is an investment into this community in a lot of different ways. So the project, whereas it brings in a particular kind of bus service, it also adds other features that we think benefit the community, and we'll talk about those in the project. So I think it's important, as we have the conversation, to appreciate that there are benefits that come with a project like this, and there are mitigations that come with a project like this. And what is important to try to understand is, how do you balance the benefits and how do you manage the mitigations? We are here, this project is here to enhance the community. It's not here to try and put folks out of business. We are really trying really hard to find ways to limit those mitigations through construction. We're working with the city to identify other ways in which we might be able to assist with bringing other support services to local businesses in this process. So I think one of the comments I think I heard was, what is our desire to work with the merchants in this area on this project, and our desire is very high. We have had several meetings like this. We want to have more. We intend to have more, to continue to gain merchant feedback and suggestions for how we can mitigate some of the concerns of the project. So go to the presentation. So I'm not going to bore you with the map, other than to say that it's a very long map, and that where we are today, up toward the northern end of the corridor, is where we're talking about the East Lake and the San Antonio areas. Okay. So again, what are some of the project highlights? It is a $178 million investment in the community. It's a 9.5-mile corridor in which you will see a significant portion of that. You will have significant street improvements that will enhance mobility up and down the corridor. The bus service itself, it's important to remember that much of the community around this corridor is very dependent on transit. It's a very highly transit-dependent corridor. So when we talk about mobility and helping people get to and from jobs and businesses and services and shopping and commerce, many of the people along this corridor depend on AC Transit services to do that. So this BRT project is a further enhancement of those services that we can provide folks who live along the corridor. And so we're also looking at, career employment opportunities for folks who are looking for jobs at AC Transit. There are also going to be job opportunities for the construction phases of the project. We have a number of programs in place to help us employ local residents, disadvantaged workers on the project. And so we believe that these are some of the additional benefits that come with the project, and there are some other ones on the next slide we can talk about as well. So many of the things we're looking at when we talk about complete streets and looking at how infrastructure projects can benefit communities, we talk about bicycling and pedestrian access. This project will improve the ability and the safety of bicycle transportation up and down the corridor. It will increase the ability of pedestrians to walk safely and up and down the corridor. There are a number of places where we're adding in additional crosswalks, both perpendicular to International Boulevard, but also parallel to it, so that folks can walk up and down, get to businesses, and shop from a pedestrian perspective as well. And we do believe that this project can serve as a catalyst for economic and transit-oriented development. There is a large, significant study that has been done that looks at the transit-oriented development on this corridor, and we believe this project ties very nicely into that vision. And so we hope that at the end of the day, when we look toward a long-term vision for the community and the corridor, that the BRT project is just a beginning component of what is a long-term economic and community development opportunity along International Boulevard. So these are some of the other, why BRT? When you're looking at trying to